Hello, my name is Zibuyile. I joined Zaio to gain experience, not just any experience, but structured, industry relevant experience.
My name is Ethan Aiden. I joined Zaio Bootcamp to pursue data science. Zaio was a very great experience because of the gamified UI. It made learning fun and not a tiring process or tedious process.
Hi everyone, I hope you are all well. My name is Likateko Delight Mangani and I am actually a chemical engineer graduate. After completing my degree, I realized that I was really interested in technology and problem solving. Not that I wasn't before, I was, because chemical engineering is all about solving problems. But I needed to find a way of how do I upskill myself in this industry, because you need to upskill yourself every now and then. So yeah, I saw that web development was one thing that I was very interested in. I started exploring my options and realized that no man, Zaio offered the best option for me. And that's when I decided to enroll into the full stack web development bootcamp with Zaio.
Hi, good morning team of Zaio, Munib, Armenia. So firstly, what made me join Zaio was it was actually just a simple Google search. So for some background, firstly, I have a couple of friends who are working in the fields of data science. I already have a degree in electrical engineering, and I was looking to kind of steer my career in another direction while still holding on to engineering principles. So I just saw some of my friends doing or explaining the purpose of the career to me, and I think it intrigued me quite a bit. So that's when I did a Google search. I found Zaio, saw good reviews, so I thought, okay, let me try it out.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ndubo Mashao. I am a student at Zaio Institute of Technology. I have just completed my studies in full stack web development. If I'm being honest, the journey was quite challenging, and one good thing about it was that it was hands-on experience, that the support was really big. The tutors were always there. You will never be stuck even with peers. You will get people who you can be studying with, who you will learn with, who will have your hand while you're doing this thing.
Hi, I joined Zaio's bootcamp because I wanted to expand my knowledge in tech. The learning experience was challenging but very rewarding at the same time. The bootcamp has improved my coding skills as well as giving me the confidence to continue growing in the tech industry.
Hi, my name is Oratilo Mahlangu and this is my testimonial video. I joined the Zaio bootcamp because I wanted to gain real-world experience and I wanted to pave the way for my career. The bootcamp was both an challenging experience and both rewarding. It pushed me to grow, think critically, and apply what I learned through practical projects that I developed.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dylan Jordan, and I'm one of the Zaio graduates. So, what made me join the Zaio bootcamp? In 2024, I started a learnership, a coding learnership at Connect Solutions, and we did Figma designs as well as WordPress, building websites for non-profits. And I also did this free code camp course, and that made me curious to wanting to learn more, and I looked for boot camps. I went through some and I came across Zaio, and just watching some testimonies as well and reading what they have to offer, I had an interest. So my learning experience was terrific. It was really, real, because besides just watching videos, we also had actual projects that we were doing.
Hi guys, my name is Otlalo Mklavi. I joined the Zaio Data Science Bootcamp March 2025. The reason for me to join is because I wanted to gain practical skills in machine learning, data visualizations, and analytics. I can say my experience was awesome. The instructors or tutors were super helpful. They helped whenever I needed help. It was intense but super rewarding.
Hello, my name is Hometsoko Logoto. I decided to join the cybersecurity bootcamp because I've always been interested in technology and how systems can be protected from cyber threats. As someone who wants to build a career in IT and cybersecurity, I saw Zaio as a great opportunity to gain practical skills. My learning experience during this bootcamp was very valuable.
Joining Zaio was honestly one of the best decisions I made. I wanted to get into cybersecurity and Zaio was a perfect place to begin. The bootcamp really helped me build practical real-world skills, and I definitely recommend Zaio to anyone who's serious about starting a career in tech.
Hi, so my name is Leanne and I joined Zaio's Data Science Bootcamp last year, April. One of the things that I feel like Zaio does really well would be their calendar system. It really helps you to stay on track because you get your daily tasks on a calendar and you can just tick them off and they get ticked off automatically usually. As you progress through the work, it really kept me on track, especially when I had a busy time last year between family commitments and things. And then one other thing that I really enjoyed about Zaio was the online tutor system. I was able to book a tutor whenever I had any questions I wanted to ask or when I wasn't understanding anything. And it was just a really great community to be a part of.
Hello everyone, my name is Sipiso Mhlambi and I'll be graduating from the Data Science Bootcamp offered by Zaio. What I can share with regards to my learning journey is that Zaio Bootcamp offers a structured learning program. To me, when I started, I didn't have the confidence. I didn't even think I possessed the required capabilities of completing some of the tasks that were assigned to us as students, but because of the tutors that we were assigned, with that support, I was able to complete most of my tasks with good understanding and in-depth knowledge.
I would recommend everybody to join Zaio because it's not just learning on your own, but you can also reach out to a tutor anytime where you are stuck. And you build real projects that you can build onto your portfolio. Even while you're doing the course, you also building a portfolio for yourself, and that's how you can set up. So I would recommend. So I would just want to say thank you very much, Zaio, for giving me this opportunity and helping me enhance my career. Thank you very much.
It was really a fun experience and you just need to be dedicated. So from me to you, please enroll with Zaio and have fun because the journey ahead just opens more doors. Thank you.
I'm ecstatic to have learned this new skill and I thank everyone who was involved in the process. I wish everyone throughout this course, I wish you all well for the future and I hope to see you guys in person someday soon. Cheers, keep well.
I would definitely recommend Zaio to anyone interested in starting a career in tech because it provides valuable skills and supportive learning environment. Thank you.
If I had just stayed on that self-taught route and never really putting myself out there, I probably wouldn't have been in this position I am today. So joining Zaio helped me grow a lot and I'm really excited on what's next in my journey. So yeah, thank you so much, Zaio, for being part of that journey.
For anyone who wants to transition into the tech space, I think Zaio is an amazing place for you to be. And so my experience was amazing, was full, I learned a lot, and so I would love others to also experience that. Bye.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to our graduation. The class of 2025, watching this video, I was literally getting goosebumps. Welcome to all the graduates. You all have really worked hard to get here. Welcome to all the families that actually supported their children or their family members in actually going through this program. And welcome to anybody who's working in HR. And we've got a special guest with us today who I'm super excited to have a conversation with. I think we couldn't have found a better guest for our graduates to actually, have at this graduation today. And basically, guys, this is our graduation. This is all about congratulating the class of 2025. We have a lot of exciting things planned today. the main highlight, of course, is celebrating each and every graduate, recognizing their efforts. But we've got an incredible welcome address coming from our CEO shortly. We've got a super exciting keynote speech. I did give away that we are having we have a guest with us today. He's CEO from Jobbox. It's an incredible company. Super excited to have all of you, all the graduates, actually be in the comments. Maybe drop some questions in the comments, as it's going to definitely help you, right? And of course, the awards and recognition is something that I'm super excited to see. Recognizing the effort, the hard work, the sleepless nights, the challenges that you all went through. I'm super excited to have that ceremony where we'll actually announce each and every student's name, and show on the screen who actually graduated from what program. So super excited. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Basically going to have the CEO of Zaio, Velo Klope, give us a welcome address. So welcome, Velo.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Alrighty. Good evening, everyone. It's an incredible honor to stand before you. It's virtual, but I feel very connected. And the fact that we're sharing purpose today to celebrate the class of 2026 really resonates with me. Today, we aren't just witnessing a graduation, we're witnessing the launch of a new generation of tech leaders. To our graduates, look at what you've achieved. You have navigated the complexities of full stack development, the intricacies of data science, the high stakes world of cybersecurity. You didn't just study, you built. You didn't just pass tests, you solved real world problems. This moment belongs to you, but it also belongs to the families, the friends, the mentors who stood by you during those late night debugging sessions and the steep learning curves. To the class of 2026, congratulations. You have officially transitioned from learners to industry-ready professionals. So the theme of this graduation is building Africa's future through AI and code. At Zaio, our philosophy has always been about more than just a curriculum. It's about an AI-powered portfolio-first learning model. We have shifted our focus to ensure that when you leave Zaio, you aren't looking for just a job. You're ready to dominate the industry. We no longer focus necessarily on placing you, but we focus on preparing you to be the best in the world. And the results speak for themselves. Today, Zaio graduates aren't just finding roles, they're thriving at the country's biggest tech companies, leading banks, and innovative startups. They are walking into rooms where you aren't just junior developers or entry-level analysts. You are the engineers, the security experts, the data architects who will define the next decade of African technology. Growth at Zaio is measured by how we support our community in the real world. While we are a digital-first institution, we recognize that the heartbeat of innovation is actually collaboration. This is why I'm incredibly excited to announce that we're opening our Zaio Innovation Hubs in both Durban as well as Cape Town. So this is the first, and we're really excited to open our doors for you. So these hubs are designed to be physical sanctuaries for our community. We want to bridge the gap between digital learning as well as physical connection. These are spaces where you, our students, can come to work and build, access high-speed infrastructure, to build your high-resolution projects as well as demos, to collaborate, sit across the table from a peer and solve problems that a screen just really can't capture, to network, engage with industry partners and fellow alumni in a professional, high-energy environment, and to access mentorship. Speak directly to your tutors and mentors to get real-time guidance on your career trajectory. We're moving towards a hybrid future where the flexibility of online learning meets the power of physical community. And we want to see you there, in the next great African startup. As you graduate today, you join a powerful and growing alumni network. This network is your greatest asset. But remember, the tech industry moves really fast, especially in this AI era. What you use today will evolve by tomorrow. Your skills, your greatest skill isn't the specific language that you learned. It is the ability to learn as well as to adapt. So I need you to stay hungry, to continue to learn, to stay resilient. Tech is about solving problems that haven't been solved yet. Stay connected. Your Zaio network is a life. Use it nurture it, and please give back to it. So in closing, I want to thank our instructors, our mentors, and the entire Zaio team who work tirelessly to maintain our mission of excellence. Graduates, the future of Africa isn't a distant concept. It's sitting in your chairs. It is typed into your code editors. It is reflected in your portfolios. Go out there and lead. Build with empathy, code with purpose, and never forget that you have the tools to shape the world around you. Congratulations, Zaio class of 2026. We are so very proud of you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mvelo. This is super exciting, guys. I think the two announcements that Mvelo spoke about, the spaces, the innovation hubs that we have already set up. We will be doing launches, launch events. We'll be talking more about that soon. But if you're in Cape Town, if you're in Durban, definitely check us out. Come visit us. We'd love to meet you in person. We want to bring the physical aspect in this whole AI era. We realize the value of human connection more than ever, right? So we are super excited about that. Now I think with our next segment, I am super excited. We have an incredible guest with us here today. He is actually the CEO of Jobbox. It's an award-winning startup, and they're basically tackling one of the biggest problems in South Africa, which is youth unemployment, right? By connecting young South Africans with real career opportunities, right? And under his leadership, the CEO with us, Spuziso Bububuna, right? Jobbox has helped secure over 20 million Rand in bursary funding, man. Like, this is incredible, right? I just want to complete my introduction because I think the guests need to know the value the valuable conversation that we're going to have over here. You've brought more than 500 young people into paid work, solving the biggest problem, I think, in South Africa, earning recognition from the UNDP for contribution to the Sustainable Development Goals, and I think Bubu on his own himself, right, the one and only, is actually part of the 500 Global and Google for Startups alumnus, right? And he's also been selected for top accelerators, including Grindstone, Excel, TIA, and he serves on the foundation and alliances of Task Force for Startup 20 under South Africa's G20 presidency. So just beyond building Jobbox, he actively mentors founders also, right, across the countries and across the country's leading incubators. And it's such an honor, man. It's such an honor to have you over here. Thank you so much for availing yourself for this, for this graduation. And yeah, thank you for being here. Bubu, how are you feeling?
No, man, it's only a pleasure. I didn't even know how to follow up what Mvelo was saying. Like, I'm inspired. If you guys aren't inspired, I don't know what more he could have said. Yeah, I'm incredibly excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me, guys. I'm really honored to be chatting with this cohort of graduates that you guys have got. It's a truly exciting time to be a software developer, I think.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I want to take this conversation. I think I have about 10 to 15 minutes with you, right, to have this conversation. So, I mean, if as in any questions come, we can maybe take it in the chat, right? But I think let's start off with just chatting about, like, you're at the forefront of getting grads or getting people into jobs, right? So maybe tell us a little bit about what do you think the current opportunity looks like in Africa, and what has AI done in terms of the shift in the market?
It's quite interesting. There's so much chatter going around right now around what AI is doing, and AI is killing jobs, and AI is doing this thing, and AI is doing that thing. But for me, and the conversations that I'm having with a lot of people within the space, whether it be people who are working in government, whether it be people working in the private sector as well, is that this is actually a truly exciting time for the people of the future. And specifically, if we look at Africa, we are sitting with the youngest youth population in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
And now that means that when we engage with things like AI, we are probably one of the first people in the world that are going to be able to engage it in a way where we don't see it as a threat. We actually see it as a multiplier. We see it as an adder. And the fact that so many of the young people are seeing it as it grows, it means that they're not only the early adopters, they're going to be the people who are going to be able to master it. And so I think it's a really interesting time to be a young person in this world with AI. Yes, are there potential for some jobs to be lost? Definitely. But in the same way that we had the transition from the industrial revolution, we used to be on with the horses, right? And now everyone drives a car. But the people who were able to learn the skill of how to manufacture and build the cars, those are the people that set themselves apart. And so, as all of you are sitting in this graduation, you guys actually have so much ahead of you because of the fact that you know how software development works. And because you know how software development works, you kind of have an inkling as to how AI works, especially even some of you folks with the data scientist background. I mean, that's what it is. It's interesting. I was chatting to someone a few months ago from the States. Comes from Harvard and all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, I've actually been doing this AI thing since the 90s. We just used to call it data science. Now you guys are calling it AI. So I think it's an awesome time, man.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more with you. Like, I think just personally as an individual, like it's quadrupled my productivity, right? Like I'm able to get so much done, right? But at the same time, if I didn't have my technical background, right? Because I myself, I'm a dev, right? I wouldn't have been able to produce the result in whatever domain I'm pursuing. So I can see it. Like, it's not there yet where, it can do the job of juniors, right? But I think we need orchestrators. We still need people to, to orchestrate these agents, like work with AI agents and stuff like that,
Yeah, like let me just add on that. So we internally at Jobbox, we've started really using these AI tools to the extent where I'm not a developer by training, but my developers were like, we're really tired of you telling us to change this, change that. So they got VS Code on my laptop and they got the whole system onto my laptop. So I'm like, I'm there. But there are always moments when I need to be like, I don't know what's going on. What do I need to do here? And so we still need software developers. We still need people to be actually taking this thing and actually making it into something real. Like vibe coding has been the thing for the last year or so, and there's been a lot of amateur vibe coders, but I don't know how many people are truly vibe code with like no background whatsoever that have vibe code themselves a new startup that's been able to raise tons of funding. The people who are the best vibe coders are those who already know how to use software. So yeah, I really do think it's a multiplier. But the technical background is so key in understanding what to do, what are the limitations, what are the possibilities as well. I think that's what's also important.
No, 100%. I couldn't agree more, man. I think let's just shift this a little more in terms of, let's take an inspiring angle, right? Like I think you, like your background, I think there's just so much someone can learn from your background, right? Would you like to maybe just share your journey on, how you've gone from your beginning? Maybe tell us about the early days and how you made it up until this point, and the qualities that our graduates can take away that will help them going forward.
What I'll say to your graduates is that the community that you guys develop is so important because you do not know who you could be with in the room. And the reason why I mention that is because Jobbox, the startup that I'm in, was started when I was studying, and I met my co-founders. And if I didn't actually, put myself out there, make sure that I'm making connections with people, the startup wouldn't exist. People always ask, like, how did it start? I'm like, I actually didn't come up with the idea. My co-founder came up with the idea. We started a society together, and he's like, man, I love working with you. I'm like, dude, me too. We were just vibing super hard. And then he's like, dude, I've got this idea. And he's like, you go to Builder's Warehouse, you see these people carrying these things. I'm a roofer, I'm a painter, I'm a tiler, And he's like, those people are obviously trying to talk about what they can offer the market. And he's like, imagine if we had a platform that could put these people on, and the people who are looking for them can find them there. At the time, this concept blew my mind. We're like what, 21, 22. We're still like these kids, and we're like, oh, this is crazy. Yeah. And then we joined up together. We actually worked with a bunch of other students as well, and we built the first version of Novox with the people that we knew within our community. And from there, man, it's been a difficult journey without a shadow of doubt. But the fact that we're trying to solve one of this country's biggest problems is the reason why we wake up every single morning. And it's been a journey of constant iteration. I mean, I'm sure all of you guys know about agile and how you constantly have to iterate. You can't use a waterfall approach. You cannot use a waterfall approach into building a startup. You have to be agile. We've died so many deaths, but the fact is, and the key thing is that we've been able to rise up and learn and iterate to the point where we are today. And we're just so proud of what we've been able to build. The amount of people, the young people that we've supported over the last few years running the startup is incredible. And we've also done some awesome work with even with you guys over here at Zaio. So every day has been, it's a true blessing doing what we do.
No, 100%, man. Like that first point that you mentioned, the community aspect, that actually resonates with me, because our Zaio story is similar, right? Like we started off the same way. We were just chilling at UCT, and we're like, let's do this thing, right? It was also not my idea; it was my co-founder's idea, So it was, it's crazy how, like, you just you kind of just got to be at the right place at the right time, and the only way to do that is to actually build the right community. Right. And just be around the right people. It's funny that you mentioned this, because I think it was our last graduation. We actually had like a team of grads, right? I think it was 2 or 3 grads that actually went on to start a startup after graduating, So, I mean, it's incredible what the possibilities are if you're just like in the right community, surrounded by the right people. I strongly resonate with that. I couldn't agree more. Like, how they say your network is your net worth. I think it's true. Like, you can't run away from that. It's the reality,
Yeah, it is. It's the truest thing ever. Sorry, just to touch on that a little bit quickly. Sorry, guys, I talk a lot, but
go for it, man.
Every single investor that we've gotten, every single client that we've gotten, every partnership that we've been able to get has been because of networking, has been because we make sure that any program that we're part of, if we're part of a cohort, we make ourselves known within the cohort. Those labs that you guys are building, I implore every single one of you to make sure that you're going to those labs as often as possible, because you never know who might be in the lab that day, and you never know the kind of conversation that will happen with that person. So your network is definitely your net worth.
100%, man. So guys, please feel free to come to our labs. We're in Cape Town, we're in Durban, let's connect. I'm there a lot of the time. My team is there a lot of the time. You'll meet the founders, you'll meet everybody, you'll meet the students, the teaching team. It's an incredible place to be, right? So yeah, I think, how much time do I have left? I think I got like 3-4 minutes, right? I think let's talk a little bit about, like, what you see as like the future of work, right? Because I think you're at the forefront of it, and I think maybe there's some insights that can actually help our grads in terms of, like, the next move that they want to make. So what does the future of work look like right now? Like remote work, freelance, the gig economy. Let's talk a little bit about that.
I really do think that and I know people have often said, oh no, the revolution is coming, and we wait for the revolution and it doesn't happen. But with what's happening with right now with AI, I truly think we are at the point where a revolution is coming. I honestly think the world of, and this is like a conversation I constantly have with people within the space of youth unemployment. I think the way that we look at employment and how we classify it is a little bit old school. Yes, the economy used to be built on someone having a full-time job, but in this new era that we're in, really looking at freelancing, looking at the rise of the gig economy, looking at the fact that if I'm sitting here right now, I can get a client almost anywhere in the world. And AI has become, again, the great equalizer. I can produce incredible work on the same level as someone from America, because now but how intuitive, how smart can I be with how I use these tools? And so I really do see the future, especially in the world of technology, going more and more and more towards the world of gig work. I see people being able to form little teams, and those teams having different specialities within there, and them going and getting like different projects and working in that way versus the old way of like full-time employment. And the thing with remote work, I am a massive advocate of remote work. My entire team is remote. People always ask us like, how have you guys been able to build your company while you guys are entirely remote? And for me, it's because this is the way the world needs to be. And people love remote work, by the way. It's a massive perk. The fact that you can work from home, go downstairs, grab something to eat, and then come back to your desk and do some work there. And we are seeing a lot more companies being receptive to it, especially in the world of like software development. It's like, listen, all I need to do is get on a Google Meet or Zoom or Teams, we'll chat. But the way I do my best work, it's not having the distractions of my colleagues or whatever. It's just me sitting here and getting the thing out. Do I need to go to the office once or twice a week to build those networks? Definitely, without a shadow of doubt. And so hybrid is the way that we're seeing a lot of people move.
No, awesome. Thanks for those insights. Yeah, I definitely think, man, like remote work with hybrid is a great combination. Sometimes, you do need to be alone also to just like get into the zone, right? And to actually do your most productive work. So I can see how that comes into play. What do you think should be like? Let's say there's some advice that you'd want to share with like new tech professionals, right? Like these are our grads, right? What do you think they should focus on now, like in terms of where like what skills do you think they should start looking towards post graduation in terms of job hunting, right? Because I'm sure there's certain like tiny skills that they can pick up right before they go into that interview. So what are the things that do you think they should start looking at right now?
Look, I won't go too deep. It's two things. But the first one is obviously AI. Like, make sure that you understand it. Make sure that when you get into an interview and someone asks you about AI and how you use AI, you've got a very clear way of how you talk about it. You can understand and speak to, okay, cool, I use Claude Code because of this reason, or this is how I'm using Code Rabbit, or whatever it may be. Just make sure that you clearly can articulate how you're using AI in your whole entire workflow, because that is incredibly important. But the second thing, and this is the thing that I think sometimes people forget, that the most important thing we're seeing is those little intangible things that we love to call soft skills. So that's like making sure that you're on time for your interview, that you dress well for your interview. Make sure that your camera's on during your interview. Make sure that you're keeping eye contact during the interview, because a lot of people now are thinking that when people do interviews are using AI. So make sure that all that stuff is good. And then when you get your job, because you will get your job, when you do get your job, make sure that your communication is on key. We see, unfortunately, a lot of young people that we place into these work experience opportunities. And unfortunately, the way that they're communicating with the people that are a little bit senior with them kind of falters, or, especially in a remote working environment, they're not keeping people update with what they're doing and what's happening. And that kind of falls through the cracks. So make sure that once you get that job, communicate as much as you can. Make sure that in that interview, you're on time, you dress appropriately, you're keeping eye contact, and make sure that you have an understanding of how you use AI and be able to speak with it with authority.
No, I love that. Yeah, I think the communication is the biggest thing we train our grads on, right? Like we just want them to communicate well, and I think they have to be able to do that in these interviews, right? You mentioned an interesting point. I just want to pick your brain on a little bit, right? Like, how are companies using AI for interviewing candidates?
Yeah, oh man, it's a thing that is happening. So be prepared that the person who might be interviewing you is an AI. So there are some companies doing it. Unfortunately, it's not a great experience. Like it's by that I mean, like, look, the AIs are good, it's fantastic, but sometimes you just want to speak to a human being. to get to connect with them and get to know them. They typically are using it as like the first line of defense, where it's like, okay, you're going to get interviewed by this AI bot because we have 1,000 applications. And then from there, you're going to interview a real person. So be ready for it, because it is going to happen. And the way that the AIs grade you is also something that you need to think about, because they do look at they do listen to to your tone, how are you describing things. So be ready for that. I know that even with some interviews, they'll make you do like record a video, or you'll be have to like answer questions in a video. So do be prepared for that. It's unfortunate, but hey, look, listen, that's where the world is moving, and so you've got to just make sure that you're keeping up with the times.
Do you think there's like a sorry, I know I do have another question to ask, but I just want to, since we're in the flow, man, do you think there's like a backlash happening, right, against AI? Are you experiencing that in terms of like the companies that you work with, the students not students, sorry, like the people that you place into jobs, right, the youth? Are you experiencing any kind of backlash, AI backlash?
No, not necessarily. What's interesting is, and this is something that you guys have got to keep in mind, and this is the conversation I was having with someone last week. And I'm talking like we and you guys are the graduates, we're on the cutting edge of what's happening. A lot of people and a lot of companies actually don't know what's happening or what's cooking that side. And so we haven't necessarily seen any backlash per se, but obviously, you read online, and a couple of companies are like, look, I'm not going to hire any juniors anymore, which is something I just completely disagree with from a philosophical standpoint, because if we don't help more juniors get into the space, how are we going to get enough seniors? How we people? So it's like we're kind of cannibalizing our own industry. We love tech, but at the same time, it's like, guys, let's take a step back. Let's think about what we're doing and the future that we're building. But on the positive side, you've seen. I'm sure you would have seen like those mass tech layoffs last year. We don't need this anymore. We AI first. Da 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 da. Da. Almost every single one of those companies came back, and they were like, hey guys, we have all these job openings, can you guys please come back, please, we're begging you. That's what's been like really interesting to see.
No, 100%. Okay, cool. So I think we got a couple of questions that we can pull up on the screen. I think it's just like 1 or 2 questions, right? So we got a question over here from one of our grads. What advice do you have for anyone that's got an internship to actually stand out and potentially get a host company to gain work experience?
That is a fantastic question. So this is a concept that I tell people all the time, is like, make sure that you're shiny, but make sure that you don't rub people off the wrong way, right? So you got your internship and you're working in there. Make sure that everyone knows what you're doing. Don't believe in, oh, if I work really hard, my work is going to be recognized and I'm going to be able to rise up and then I'm going to get a full-time. That's not going to happen. You've got to make sure that everyone knows what you're doing, but there's a certain way that you approach it. You approach it with humility. You be humble about what you're talking about, and you make sure that you're asking the right questions whenever you're in the room with anyone. Make sure that you pick your hand up whenever anything is needed. Hey guys, I need someone to come in through and assist me with this. I need someone to do some code reviews. I need someone to go clean this data. Even if the job doesn't sound like it's the most nicest thing in the world, make sure that you are the first person that picks the hand up. Because what typically tends to happen in organizations after an internship program is finished, and it's a bit callous, but they'll put all your pictures on a wall. And then they'll have some of the executives there who may have not interacted with you, or maybe interacted with you once or twice. And they'll be like, Boo Boo, I don't know who Boo Boo is. He didn't do anything. He's not getting a full-time role. Oh, Akil, we did this thing with him and this thing, that. So it's super, super important that you make yourself known, but don't do it to the detriment of it. Like, there are some people who just take it too far. They become pick-me's, and they're like really like a little bit annoying, and they grind people the wrong way. So it's a little bit of a balance that you've got to hit there. But don't honestly, don't believe that your hard work will show itself. It will not.
Yo, guys, these are bars you're dropping, boo boo. Like these are nuggets that people, I guess, they wouldn't hear anywhere else. So yeah, thank you so much for that. I think this would be our last question because I think we're running out of time, right? So I think this brings a little comfort knowing actual skills is being acknowledged and appreciated in an AI era. What sets our graduates here apart from others with expert vibe coders?
I would love to call myself an expert vibe coder. You should see the stuff that I'm doing. It's epic. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, let's go. But when it comes to, okay, like, I need to actually deploy this. I don't know how to deploy it. I don't know how to use Git. Like, my developers are like, oh no, like, I was like, am I on the right branch? And they're like, yeah, you're on your own thing. And I was like, well, if I push, and they're like, no, you're not pushing to prod. I'm like, I have no clue what you just said to me. I have no clue what you just said to me. So that is like, honestly, the great equalizer. Yes, as an expert vibe coder, I can get pretty far, but I can't move anywhere near as fast as you guys can. And for me to get to where you guys are, vibe coding, it's going to take me a very long time. Like, I'm going to be fighting with Claude Code about a simple thing, or like real story. I couldn't bring up my local. I was clicking it, and then I was getting like a server not responding thing. And I was like, why is this happening? I don't understand what's going on. And then it took me, like, I had to go talk with Claude. It's because I don't know how to do this. So I really think, like, eventually I got there. But for all of you graduates, you'd have been like, oh, this is what's wrong. Da, 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 da. So yeah, that's you guys can get there a lot faster than any of us can get.
I think just adding on to that, there's a lot of elements that, AI is really good with doing some basic tasks, right? Can also do some complex tasks provided that you prompt it well. That in itself is its own skill, right? But I think when it comes to things like testing, security, deployments, like you mentioned, I think AI still has a lot of room for improvement. And I think I was having a conversation with my CTO about this with Asif, and it's like, ever since we started using AI at Zaio, like, our workload has increased, man. Like, you'd think that, okay, cool, you can use AI, bro, but it's like, bro, we're so busy. Like, every single day we're like, yes, we're churning out more features and stuff, but it's like, yeah, like, yes, we're using AI, but there's a bigger need for more juniors that can actually use AI and actually produce the results. And you'd be surprised, like, so many juniors out there, like, they don't know how to use AI,
No, yeah, like, I think because of the fact that we think, oh no, AI makes everything like better and easier and faster. So the expectation is we do more work. And so yeah, we're seeing that. We're even seeing that on like the non-technical side where there's an expectation that we can do more now. So yeah, man, like I know that struggle all too well.
But yeah, thank you so much, Boo Boo. That brings us to the end of this segment. Like, I had so much fun having this conversation. I'd love to definitely, have more chats with you, right? We should definitely meet up, man, actually, if possible. I don't know when that would be possible, but thank you so much for availing yourself. I think it was very fruitful conversation. I think there's a lot more nuggets actually that you could potentially share that could be helpful with us, helpful for our students. Maybe we can organize something else in the future, so that we can do something together. But thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for availing yourself today.
No worries, guys. Thank you so much. Hope you all have a rest of a wonderful, wonderful presentation. Cheers, guys.
All right, sweet. Thanks so much. Okay, guys, as you can see, there's a QR code that's actually on the top over here. So if you want to join, if you want access to the links or any kinds of links, whether it's about our boot camps, our prospectus, our qualifications, any kind of events that we're doing, if you want to become an affiliate with Zaio. So we do have an affiliate program where if you refer a student to join us and they actually get enrolled, the student gets a 1,000 Rand discount and you earn 2,000 Rand. So you can actually earn 2,000 Rands passive income if you keep referring students. So that's a great opportunity. If you want to find those links, you can just click on the QR code that's actually on the top left of your screen. So you can actually use that. And I think now let's get to the most, the most important part of the graduation, which is about the graduates, the awards and recognition segment, to just recognize all the efforts that everybody has put in. I'm super excited about this. To run this segment, we're basically going to have Mvelo, who's basically going to come back on stage. And yeah, over to you, Mvelo.
Hey again, everyone. Moving then to the awards and recognitions part of the graduation. Firstly, we have Tembe Lihle Kunene. Sekhona Sokhulu. Nhlanhla Mhlaba. Taryn Skoltz. Tuto Nkosi. Lutho Makaluza. Mokhadi Masela. Oratilwe Mahlangu. Ndivuo Mashao. Hlengiwe Mfeka. Khanti Madlanga. Sesethu Bango. Abdurrahman Tayob. Ethan Ada. Leanne van der Merwe. Bohlale Mohlabi. Tsekgofatso Tema. Liam Matthews. Fisokuhle Ndimande. Bonolo Mahoro. Innocent Mabunda. Daniel Mitchell. Ankonisaho Farisani. Neo Selepe. Themba Nkosi. Londani Farisani. Mokhadi Selepe. Redwan Shaik. Khomotso Kolokoto. Kiona Govender. Munib Amin. Sanele Zulu. Tabang Khololo. Tsepiso Mhlambi. Dylan Jordan. Koketso Ndlovu, Zibuyile Sitahu, Akani Machavi, Mikateko Manganyi, Khumolemo Machafa, Kristen Chipojola. Well done, everyone. We're really super proud of you, and all the best for your near future and your far future as well.
Awesome, guys. Many congratulations to all the graduates. Super proud of each and every one of you. All the hard work that you guys have put in. I salute you guys. You know, it's not easy to actually go through a program and to make it through till the end. If everybody could do it, everybody would do it, you know. So a huge congratulations to everybody and everybody that actually pulled through. Just a few remarks, right? From this point onwards, guys, the journey is a lot more easier because you do have a foundation. You do have the mindset of being able to adapt. You know, you have adopted a learning mindset now, which is going to stay with you throughout the whole experience that you have going forward. I think an important point is also you have access to our alumni network now. So this is basically a LinkedIn group. You will receive the links, right, where you'll be able to actually join this LinkedIn group and speak to other alumni members, people that are already people who have already graduated, and see what everybody's up to in industry. If you just go on LinkedIn and look up Zaio, you'll see people are actually onto doing some pretty amazing things, working at some pretty good companies, earning some pretty healthy salaries, right? So I think that is something that's worth joining. Also, you will receive your swag soon, right? We've our marketing team, a huge shout out to our marketing team. They've done some incredible work with, coming up with some really cool swag this time. You know, I'm really excited about the t-shirts that are going to come through, right? So I'm really excited about that. And of course, you guys being Zaio grads, you will receive all the swag. Super excited. You'll also receive some more goodies. Also, guys, if you have any kind of queries, you are still welcome to pop them on Discord. You know, whether it's just making sure that your CV is proper, making sure everything is ready for for job hunting and everything. You're welcome to still leverage the community that we have. That is something that you have access to, and it's for your benefit, right? And I think since you guys are graduates, since you have been through the program, you have gone through the struggles, you are now actually very important people in inspiring other people. If we have more youth who learn these skills, these valuable skills, they will be able to create an impact and also change their own lives, right? So we do have an affiliation program. You can sign up as an affiliate. Like I mentioned before, guys, you will be able to refer people to join the program, and you will be able to earn 2,000 Rand for every referral. And you'll also earn 1,000. I mean, the person who you're referring will also get a 1,000 Rand discount. So I think it's a pretty sweet thing. While you're inspiring people, you can also get a kickback out of it, which is a win-win, right? And we've got some really exciting things planned this year. We've got a space now, so if you ever want to meet us, even though you've graduated, if you're based in Cape Town, if you're based in Durban, please come to our campuses, to our innovation hubs, and let's have a conversation. Let's have a coffee, right? It'll always be a pleasure to meet you in person, because you have gone through the struggles. I think we'll have a lot more interesting conversations also. And yes, our next bootcamp dates. We do have a bootcamp that is starting end of this month, right? Our full stack AI engineer bootcamp is starting end of this month. Our full stack developer bootcamp is starting end of this month. We've also got our cybersecurity and data science bootcamps that are starting next month. Also, if anybody is interested in trying to do our occupational certificate, which I think has been one of the biggest add-ons that we have done, right? I think Zaio is the only institute that has the latest curriculum of QCTO, the NQF level 5 qualifications for cybersecurity, data science, software development. If that is something that you're willing to pursue, or you want to put someone on that program, these are a lot more longer programs that are a lot more holistic, and you do get a full NQF level 5 qualification. I think that is something that is worth exploring. And if you have also graduated and you're looking to maybe just add on a layer of skills, maybe we can work on some exemptions and we can push you guys through the QCTO programs as well. You will be exempted from quite a bit, and maybe you will just have to focus a lot more on the QCTO stuff. And the enrollment date for the QCTO program is end of this month. We are taking enrollments until end of this month. So yeah, guys, it's just been an incredible graduation session. I always look forward to these sessions. This is why we do what we do. Being able to see you guys go into industry now, I think, is probably one of the most exciting things for us. As the guys who created Zaio, I think all the effort that goes into making this happen, just a huge shout out to the learning team, the kind of challenges that they have to face on a daily basis, all the way from the tutors to the instructors to our CTO, our student success manager, the teams that are actually behind making sure that you guys are going through this program. A huge shout out to them, a huge kudos to them as well, for making sure that students are pulling through. Now with the physical presence as well, we'll be able to do a better job in person. So I'm really looking forward to that. A huge shout out to our marketing team for making this graduation happen. It just keeps getting better and better each time we do it. The way we're doing it, just incredible work across the board with our marketing team. And a huge shout out to everyone else at Zaio, everybody who's worked hard, our admission officers, our career advisors. This getting somebody in front of the door all the way to the end and now pushing them into industry is why we do what we do. And it's been an incredible session. Thank you so much. And a huge congratulations to all the graduates. I think you guys deserve a huge celebration and a huge party. And all the best for your future endeavors. Cheers, everyone. Have a good one.